Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 91 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy, and we're hanging out here on the floor of my neighbor room. So, I have a bit to share with y'all today, but I will start off with an apology. It has been almost a month since we sat down and chatted, and I had every intention of recording last week. Unfortunately, life was just too fast. So, we walked home from Australia. And then 44 hours later, I walked back out my door to go to Into the Wool. 44 hours seems like a while until you have a list that's a mile long. And then it's not nearly long enough. And for some reason, my family thought they needed like groceries and clean underwear and all the things that mommies do, at least this mommy does, in our home. My husband probably could have handled it, but it seemed unfair to come back from vacation and not at least restock the fridge and make sure the kids were settled. And make sure he had clean underwear so he could go to work. So, my 44 hours that I thought, okay, I can do all the things, just went poof quicker than I realized. So, but I am home, and honestly, for the next 2 months, we have some travel. I have a couple of trips coming up, but they're all going to be much shorter, and it should not affect recording at all. So you guys, we should be back on a fairly normal schedule now. Long time to say, I'm back. That's what I'm getting at. I'm here. I'm back. So I will share with you some finished objects because I have a few. You know, when you don't talk regularly, things pile up. First of all, I have a finished sweater. Do you see my sweater? It is finished. I am still weaving in ends because, let's be honest, there's a billion ends when you stripe your sweater. I think I'm down to just this sleeve, and maybe about half of the sleeve is really what's inside of here, but it is finished. The yarn is Quince & Co. Finch. I wanted to say parrot, and I was like, that's not right. It's Finch. Quince & Co. Finch. And these are all skeins that I had got from the Pipeline Retreat every year. And so, like, to me, I hug it. I love this sweater. I did a button band that went up all the way around. I struggled with how to do this because I wasn't really sure what exactly I wanted. But can y'all see that button band? I don't know why, but it just makes me smile every time I see it. I need to wash and block and kind of, straighten out. My button band's not quite laying flat yet because it hasn't been washed at all. Buttons are not sewn on yet because I wanted to wash it and lay it out, kind of smooth it all out and get it all happy. But the knitting is done. Look at that. It makes me so happy. I love it. And I have actually worn it. I finished it at closing, right before closing at Into the Wool. And I was sitting there weaving in ends during closing. But I wore it off and on this weekend. Actually, I was wearing it with no button band for one evening, and then I wore it with all my ends hanging out. Did not care at all. Knitters understand these things, so I didn't feel judged. It was good. So that's my first one. My second one is right before we left. I think I told y'all I was going to do some socks. I was going to do my long tube cut afterthought everything socks and for the kids, and I did. So little man's socks are done. Like, I did the tube, I put in heels, toes, whole 9 yards. His are done. And this yarn is from Coggy of the High Fiber Diet. And I was kind of getting a little concerned. That's the yarn that I had left. Not very much, really. I could have gone a little bit longer, but like I said, I was getting pretty concerned that I was going to run out. So his are done. Hers, on the other hand, I've done her tube, and she still has this much yard. This much yardage. Like, that's a huge ball. Massive. Because heels and toes don't take that much, and she's still got all of this. Her yarn is from Yarn Geek Fibers, and hold that so you can see how it knit up. I love it. It is the Rainbow Dash in colorway. And I will be putting hers up for 2 weeks. A group of friends and I are going to have a girls' weekend together, and we all did tubes, and we're going to cut. And I'm the only one who's done it so far, I think. So I'm kind of like leading the charge of cutting our afterthought everything socks. So you won't see these again for a couple of weeks until after I finish up that with the ladies. So that is what I finished. I'm kind of proud of myself. Like a pair of socks and a sweater done. Like I said, I finished my sweater Sunday morning, and then I drove all the way home. And Sunday night, I was just so exhausted. I really didn't do anything. But Monday, I was twitching because I'm like, I gotta have something to knit. I need knitting. So I went and looked at what I hauled home, and I was missing my retreat. I was missing my friends. So I pulled out a skein of Rock and String Creations self-striping yarn. Just because I'm like, I just talked to her, and it brought back all the memories of me sitting in the cafeteria with the friends and all that good stuff. So this is a Hunting We Will Go colorway, but one of the cool things is it's what she calls a matchy-matchy set. So you have 2 balls that are evenly matched up perfectly. So my stripes are going to match perfectly for my husband because he likes his stripes to match. I don't care. Like, I start wherever and just roll. He wants matching stripes. But I will show you these. It's a 5-color repeat. And I don't know the colorway, each color's name. I just know that's what he wanted. I had taken pictures of a few, and I sent it to him and I said, what color do you want? And this is what he picked out. So I will be working these concurrent. I have, this toe here and a little toe in here. And I switch back and forth. I'll do a few stripes, and then I'll go to the other one and do a few stripes. So they're about the same all the time, just because to me, it seems like it goes faster. I don't know if it really does or not, but it makes my brain happy. So this is kind of my brainless project right now because it's vanilla socks. I will throw in a German short row heel, and he'll love them. The other thing that happened, and I've got approval for and everything, is a master knitter project. I am getting towards the end of what I need to finish. I think I have, I think I need one more book report. I went and looked, and I think I only have 3, and I need 4. I think I need 1 swatch. I have a few questions to answer, and I had the vest project. And I know we've talked about this before. I'm just not feeling this project, and I should be because it's the last thing, and I can get it out the door. But I don't wear vests. So I was kind of really pawing this over in the back of my brain, and I saw somebody on the board ask if they could make a tee instead of a vest. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. And the answer was yes. So I went through and I found a tee that I really liked. And I contacted my committee member. It's just like, yes, that would be perfect. So the Blissful Tee will be cast on. I'm hoping this weekend. The yarn came yesterday, and I'm going to do swatching today and wash and block, so I actually get like real gauge and all that stuff. But you guys will be seeing that coming up soon. That is my goal. So I will have 2 projects currently on the needles in just a few days, I'm hoping. The tee is actually a really basic tee. It's stockinette from the bottom up, and then about here-ish, you get a lace panel. It has picked up ribbing for the arms and for the neck. So very simple, but very elegant looking, and I have a beautiful blue picked out for that. So that's what's coming up. I am back. I should not have any major trips coming up for a few months, so I am here. I will be recording weekly like normal. If you have any questions about anything or any comments, hit me up. All my Rav information is at the end. Ravelry, Instagram, the website, all my information's at the end. That's what I'm trying to get. I need to go have another cup of tea. So I will talk at y'all later. See ya.